chicas, welcome and thank you for tuning in into the video. I hope that you enjoy it. So today I would like to tell you a story. So growing up, I used to love acting so much. I used to tell myself that I'm gonna be this world traveled actress, but as fate may have it, I am a storyteller. So we used to do short films and do community theater when I was growing up, and therefore I spent a lot of my time with the group that I was part of. So this in a way saved us from self-destructive behaviors and activities that we could have been involved in. So my dad wasn't quite fond of this group. He didn't like the fact that I spent so much time there. But also, it probably was because we would come back home late at night and I was only a twin, you know? So you could imagine, if that's like a rebellious stage, so he was probably not very much trusting or something. But anyway, one day I wanted to go to my group and my dad refused. So when he went to the one side of the house, I snuck out of the other side and I went to my group. And so as per usual, I went to fetch my friend and we walked there. So on our way, we met this group of boys who basically came after us. One of them grabbed my hand and the other one ran after my friend, and the one who was with me wanted my numbers, and I refused because I wasn't even interested. And when I refused, he grabbed even harder. Like, he basically fastened his grip on me, and it was so painful. He dragged me. I remember, one of the thorns actually poked me. It was just so bad. So he asked me to give him my phone so that he can take the numbers himself, since I can't give them to him. And I refused. But his friend took out a knife and pointed it at me. So naturally, I gave them my phone. And after I gave him my phone, we saw a police van approaching, and therefore they all ran away with my phone, right? I think there was about 5 or 6 of them. So my friend was nowhere to be found. But luckily for us, when all of this was happening, we were right by the corner of the house where we were going. So my friend came out with our teacher and a couple of other guys who used to go to the house, and they found me there crying and all of that. So after this whole situation, guess who the first person that I had to call was? My father, the very man who told me not to go there. And funny enough, he thought that I was still in the house. But anyway, he came to my rescue. And to cut the long story short, the boys were caught, I got my phone back, and we went home, and my dad never asked me or talked about this situation ever again. So what I learned from this experience was that when coming to the safety of your children, no matter the situation, whether they got involved in it willingly or not, you have to be able to drop everything to be there for your child. Their safety should be able to come first. And I think you also have to, avail yourself. And I think I also got to see our relationship, me and my dad, being tested, because I was at a very rebellious stage in my life, and he still came through. So we may not always get along with our parents. They may not always get us, and we may not always get them. But I really think that at the root of it all, the reason why they even have like these disagreements with us is because they have our best interests at heart. I think at least most parents do. And I mean, even though their care can be disguised as some sort of controlling behavior, at the root of it all, they love us. And I think as far as God is concerned, in this situation, I learned that, our Heavenly Father can use people and situations to stop us from getting into harmful situations. If He can't reach us through our conscience, then He would use people to do it. We may not always get why, because I think generally as people, when we want something, we want it now. But sometimes even a no from God can be the answer that we actually needed. So, at this time of COVID-19, I think it's very easy to feel like we are trapped in our own homes. And I mean, honestly, frankly, it does feel like prison. But I think rules are there for a reason. So making a decision to leave your home to go do something that is not in the protocol that is set out by the rulers can be the very decision that gets you this COVID-19. And I think none of us wants this killer virus in our homes. So it takes that one single decision. But at the end of the day, I think rules can do more good than harm. So stay safe, stay home, so that I can see you in the next video alive. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you.